I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
What's going on, guys? Your old buddy Yard Boy coming at you on a Friday. And yeah, I think this is probably the first video I've done in, I don't know, maybe a month or so. Just been super busy. When the season hit, and it just took off. And this is about I guess about the third. I've been around to everybody now at least 3 times, some of them 4 times. We're kind of in that time here around Nashville, Tennessee, where, you know, it gets warm and then we get a cold snap. And I don't know about what part of the country you're in, but here in the South we have what they call all the little winters we have to go through, that all the different flowering trees and whatnot. It gets cold and then they bud out. So we're kind of going through those: red bud winter, locust winter, blackberry winter. I think blackberry is the last one we have, and it's usually around Mother's Day. So we're due still to have some little cool snaps. But I can tell you, a week ago today, it was snowing. It's crazy. So we had sleet and ice pellets and some snow mixed in last Friday. And just in between that, just days where it rains just enough to knock you out and mess everything up. But fortunately, with the cooler weather, the grass is growing, but it's not getting out of control. I've only had one so far that kind of got out of hand on me. I think I may have one waiting on me later today. It may be a little bit out of hand, but not too terribly bad. And but so far I've been able to keep everybody on about a 9-10 day rotation. Some are going 11. These today, some of these are knocking on 2 weeks, but most of them are yards that are kind of a mixed, you know, fescue and Bermuda grass and weeds and whatnot. So they're not getting super thick, and they're not on all the fertilizer programs either, and that makes a difference as well. So I already knocked got about 3 done already, and we'll get you some footage here of this yard. I think I've gotten this for you before. I got a fenced in backyard with a narrow gate, and I'm not sure if I've ever gotten you footage. Y'all going to have to pardon me. Got a lot of sinus congestion this morning, just can't shake it. I don't think I've ever gotten you any footage of me mowing this backyard with a 36-inch that I bought last year. I think the only other footage I've gotten you came with mowing with the 30-inch Toro. So, tell you what, let's hop out here and grab some footage of this yard and get to work, because we've still got about 4 more we need to get to today, and then need to do about a half a dozen tomorrow. Just depends on what the weather does, because again, we're calling for rain and thunderstorms late night, overnight tonight. So hey, let's jump out here and get to work. What y'all say? that, guys. It's a beautiful April day, and we're about done for the day. So let's get on down the road a little bit, see if we can get another one in. What do you say? Alright guys, that's going to probably be all the mowing footage I'm going to get for you today. And I've got to go back and check the video tonight when we get done, when I'm editing this. I think the camera caught it. You might have seen the two young ladies out walking their, I think one was walking a dog and the other one was pushing a baby stroller. And one, I think the lady with the dog actually stopped, went back, took her phone out of her pocket and pointed it at the sign on my truck. And for those of you that haven't really noticed it, it's in my logo that comes up. There's a QR code on there. And when people scan that QR code, if you'll notice, I don't have my phone number on my signage. And there's a reason why. Some of you nut jobs are the very reason why. I'm just kidding. You're not all nut jobs. Just a few of you. One or two. Which, it's not hard to find my number. If you want it, it's probably one of the easiest phone numbers in the world to find. But I don't want people just calling me while I'm out working. Because what I try to do is when they scan that QR code, it opens up a pre-composed text message for them. And when they hit send, they get an auto response text message sent back to them with a link to click on to request a quote. And it redirects them to my website where they enter in their name, their address, their phone number, their email address, and there's a section to tell me what it is they're looking for, usually lawn service. And then it also has a box to fill out, how did you hear about the Yard Boy? And then that way, I have all their information. I'm not on the phone trying to find somewhere to write all this stuff down, misspelling things. I capture their information immediately, and and then I can respond in an email or a text, and that way everything that is talked about, there's no confusion. There's, well, you said this on the phone. Well, no, I didn't, because we didn't talk on the phone. Everything is documented in email or text message about what it's going to cost, you know, the terms of the deal, and that way there's no confusion about it. So I started implementing that system a couple of years ago, and in various forms over the years. It also allows me to build a database of customer names and emails and phone numbers, so that when things like the fall roll around and people want to aerate their yard and overseed, boom, I've got an instant database of customer names and numbers and email addresses that I can market to. See how that works? So we'll see if I was able to capture her doing that. Oh wow, there's a tree on a car there, I guess from the storm of the night. Looked rough. And who knows? But the main thing is, understand this, guys. People are looking, and they're looking for the most convenient way that you can make for them to contact you. Case in point, and then I'll leave this as the final point before we get in the last part of the video. Lady did this very thing. She used this very system earlier this week. I forget what day. I guess it was probably Wednesday, I guess. Yes, she was driving through the neighborhood, saw me out working, saw my truck, scanned the QR code, boom. She got into my system. And I gave her a quote. Whoa, get the steering wheel down out of the camera there. Went out to give her a quote today, and it was, you know, my price that I gave her was a little more than she was looking to spend. And she said she had somebody else coming to look at it, and that's okay. I don't just grovel in the floor and lose my mind. I don't win every bid that I go on. That's why I try to get most of my bids done by looking at Google Maps without having to drive out to look at it. But she said this, and I'll leave you with this before we get in the last part of the video. She said, "I'm not saying you're not worth your money." She said, "I have heard a lot of great things about you." Guys, that's important. You may not win every bid, but the fact is, get your name out in the community that you're working in and get a reputation tied to that name, so that when people call you up, they can say, "I've heard a lot of great things about you." Case in point, Google reviews, Facebook reviews, social media reviews, you know, anything where people can do that, and ask your customers to leave those for you, because that is the modern day word of mouth. All right. So, because you know, they may be looking for a plumber, and when they see a consistent 1 out of 5-star review on a plumber who, by the customer's own standard, he doesn't know what he's doing, he doesn't show back up to fix his problems, and he won't answer his phone, he's not going to be in the plumbing business very long. Same thing with you. If you're out here in the lawn care business, you don't return calls, you don't return emails, you don't return texts, you don't show up when you say you're going to, barring weather like we've had the last several days. And God bless them, most of my customers understand that, and they're willing to understand that, and they've been great to work with. That's why I've got some that I've had for 15, 20 years. Guys, get out there, find ways to set yourself apart from all the other guys that are cutting grass. Does that make sense? You've got to find ways to differentiate yourself from that other guy across the street that's cutting grass. And many times it's in the ease of the way that you make for the customer to contact you, and the ease of the way that you provide payment options to the customers. All of mine are billed online, and they pay it online. I only have 1 or 2 that still write out a check for me. God love you. I'll cash that check all day long. But 95, 96% of my customers all pay online. You learn something, get a little something to laugh about. Hey, we're just here having fun.
You're a lying dog-faced pony shoulder.
Really, Mr. President? Okay. So, appreciate you guys stopping by. If you have not done so already, I can't imagine why you wouldn't. But leave me a big thumbs up on the video. It really helps the algorithm to get it out there in the YouTube universe so that more people see this nonsense. And hey, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring that notify bell so you'll know when there's new content on the channel. And for all things Yard Boy, that's right, head over to www.theyardboy.net. And hey, y'all keep them straight out there now, you hear?
Howdy doody.